Welcome to the Blazin Hot Fire Podcast. I am your host, Super Hot One. World rules: show respect for others in this world. No calling someone out their name. No talking over someone, please. And we're gonna skip down to the bottom. Follow us on IG at Blazin Hot Fire Podcast, and follow me, Super Hot One, on IG, and follow us on YouTube at the Super Hot One name, the Super Hot One, SUPAHOTT 1. To my right on the wall is positive vibes only, 18 plus only in this world, and absolutely no judging allowed in this world. We don't do that. Race, color, sex, creed, gender. On the panel today, we have I am Miss TSL. How you doing, Miss TSL? What's happening with you?
As usual.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful day today. It was very beautiful.
Yeah, that's good. Everything is good. Everything is all right.
Everything is great.
No bumps in the road.
None.
And no potholes either, huh? Very good. Yeah, that's good. All right. To my far left on the panel as well, we have a man from Chicago, Sha Khan Cool. You're on mute. I don't know if you know. Yeah. This is my man right here. We did a fantastic interview with him yesterday. No, you're okay. And it was great. So we're checking for that.
What's up?
YouTube.
Oh shit, where you went at? Oh
my God! Oh Lord, have mercy.
Yeah, really? Yeah. That's what happened when you see a pimp just come in here.
Wait, Millie, we're gonna be professional. We're not.
I said a pimp. That's professional. That's a professional.
Millie.
What?
Today we have my man Rex here. Well, how you doing today, Millie? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I pimping a couple of little, man.
Okay. Got your little outfit on. Okay. Helen from Florida. Yeah. We got Millie in the house. All right.
No,
but today, Millie, it's not about you. Even though every day you think it is.
Every day it is about me and about TSL, about Shy. It's about this panel.
All right. Today we serious. We have a real special guest. His name, he's an app developer. Okay. He's an app developer.
What's up, Rex?
A guy of reckon to be forced with. His name is Rex Gatling. Let's go all give him a hand today. Yeah. Throw the confetti up. Yeah. How you doing there, Rex? How's it going?
Doing great. Love to be here. I'm excited. I'm excited to discuss my journey and discuss everything about the metaverse and and just learn just be a part of this great podcast. I love it.
Absolutely. And look, I appreciate the promo you cut. I said, wow, he cut one before I could cut one. Great promo, by the way. I saw it and I gave it a thumbs up or like. Yeah, yes, man. Sir. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yes, so let's go right into it. I saw a little bit of your work on IG. And can we go back to give a background on how you came into the tech digital world? Give some background on that, right?
Yes. Yes. Well, the short version for it was I started out as a mobile app developer. I started building apps for iOS, Android, and I wanted to, and I didn't get that much traction because at the time I was trying to figure out, well, if I'm not getting traction here, what is the next thing? So I saw the next thing was going to be virtual reality, and I just started to teach myself how to build apps in virtual reality, just picking up some books, picking up some YouTube courses, learn how to do it, and just build what I could and put it out there. Then I'm moving to augmented reality glasses, which is the future of where. And so that's pretty much in the short version my start. I just saw where it was going, and then I just picked up the skill, and here I am.
Oh wow! Okay. What's your background? What you were self-taught, or did you go to school for?
I graduated from Morgan State University, HBCU grad
Mm-hmm.
with a business degree, and I saw that the corporate world really my thing, um, because I'm more of a to be able to have a control of my own destiny. So I started to just teach myself how to build my stuff,
Oh,
technology, and then I just took it from there.
you self-taught? Well, wow. Then, so how did you just picked up a computer and just start? Did you go to YouTube or to learn how to do things or
Yeah,
Google or yeah?
yeah. I just started with YouTube, and I picked up
Mm-hmm.
if you see my house, I have so many books on tech, just coding and everything. My routine is that I code everything any book that I pick up, I code it,
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
turn it into
Okay.
an app. Any YouTube course I pick up, turn it into an app,
Wow.
and that was my practice, and it just got me here.
Okay. Okay. Wow. That sounds great, man. Self-taught is always a good thing. Save on funds at school, save on money and time.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Everything is on YouTube. You can find everything on YouTube on how to do anything.
everything.
Yeah, yeah. Self-taught is the best. So what was your first app you developed for a company, or how did you get? Well, how did you get into it? How did you? Who pulled you in, or did you know somebody, or what was your step on getting
Um,
into the tech world, into your foot in the door?
well, what well, I was just doing my own research. I
Mm-hmm.
just saw that this was I saw what people were doing on mobile, and I
Mm-hmm.
said, okay, let me see what I can make in virtual reality that they do on mobile. So I saw people were doing like the nightclub, like I want to let me just see if I could do it first. That was my first app. My first
Mm-hmm.
virtual reality app was a nightclub, which is called Nights. And I made it during the pandemic. I just said, well, people are at home, so let me just see if we can make a nightclub, and then I just put it together, and you know, I just
Wow.
spent like the entire pandemic just putting it together.
Okay, so this
That was like
happened.
that was like my very first app.
Wow. So this happened. So the pandemic kind of got you going
Yeah, it pushed
with
me. It pushed
everything
me so
slowed
fast into
down.
virtual reality. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what was you doing before? You said you was into
Yeah, I was building mobile applications. So I built an iOS
okay.
app where you can find an investment using your camera. So, for example,
Oh wow.
you're walking down the grocery and you see a box of cereal. Your camera tells you what company owns that, the stock ticker, and it'll tell you, what they're trading for at the time. That was my
Mm-hmm.
first app that I put together on mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't really get that much traction for it because I guess it was too early.
Mm-hmm.
But and then I just said I don't want to keep going down this road. I need to be on top of what's next.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So how did you what was the next move for you after the apps on the phone from the phone? What did you
Yeah.
get
So
off
the next
into?
move, yeah, the next move. So I was doing some research. Well, I had a MetaQuest before, but I just didn't know how to use. I didn't know how to use it. So I said, well, I have this MetaQuest here. Let me just try to get a feel of how it works and everything before I start developing. So that was my next move was more so to get acclimated with the MetaQuest. Meaning
Right.
look at the apps that are currently being used. I think the first app I used was Rec Room, and I saw that
Mm-hmm.
Rec Room was kind of like similar to it was similar to like what I wanted to make first,
Mm-hmm.
which was kind of like a social space. So I said, let me just take that and you know see what I can make from there, and just use that as kind of like the template. But I had to get acclimated first with what how virtual reality is because it's night and day. It's night and day developing for it compared to mobile.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're getting off into. So how did you get off into the working with the glasses, as far as developing
For the
apps
augmented reality
for
glasses.
the
Yeah.
augmented? And can you explain to the people? A lot of people don't know what is augmented reality. Can you
Okay.
explain that
Okay.
definition by
I'm
definition?
glad you asked that because I get
Yeah.
that question a lot. I get that
Right.
question
Right.
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So the difference between virtual reality and augmented reality is that virtual reality, you're enclosed in like a virtual space, meaning you don't see what's going on outside of the headset. With augmented reality glasses, is that you're able to view virtual content, but you're still able to see what's going on out in the real world around you. That would be the best way for me to explain that.
Okay, so it would be the out as if like in your front room, it's it's
Yep.
out. You can walk around and touch things, and well, you know, not touch things. Well, touch things, but you can see things as you're
Yeah,
walking around.
you can still see what you can still see what's going on around you while the virtual content is being played right in front of you.
Hmm.
Yep.
And that's what you do. That's what we're working on right now as of
Yes,
today.
yes, that's primarily where I'm working at right now. Yeah.
Hmm. And what companies have you worked for already in this field of augmented reality you're doing?
Well, well right now I'm working with X Real, the X Real
Hmm.
glasses. I
Hmm.
What kind of pushed me to them was I saw that they were the closest to what augmented reality will be.
Hmm.
So I said, let me just start building apps for them, and then I just started building, sharing, and then they just said, we like your consistency. We would like, we would like for you to be a part of the dev, we be a part of the dev community there, and
Hmm.
then that kind of what put me down the track to do this I because like I saw like what augmented reality looked like in movies, which is kind of a
Hmm.
funny analogy, but and I just said they're the closest. So I said, let me try to attach myself to the company. I see that's on the right track to where it's going.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that sounds great. So after, so where is it? Where are we headed now? Let's just go right into it. What are we? Because there's a lot to talk about. I want to cover a
Yes.
lot.
Yeah.
What are we headed? Where are we headed now, Rex, with this virtual reality and also the augmented reality? Is it going
Hmm.
more augmented reality or virtual? Like this is, being on here is considered virtual, correct?
Yes.
Being
Yes.
on the Horizon app,
Correct.
and augmented reality is what you're doing. So
Yes.
and that's where we're
I
moving towards. We're moving towards more augmented reality. Is that?
yes,
Mm,
but
mm,
I'll answer your question by saying this is that I believe there's a future for both. There will be a future for both, and the reason why I say that because what you do in augmented reality won't be the same as you do in virtual reality. Meaning the apps won't be the same. Like the interaction won't be the same. I
mm,
don't. Where I see it going is where virtual reality will be like your laptop. It'll be like your PC, and I believe
mm,
that augmented reality will be like your phone. That's where I kind of see this going.
mm,
Um,
mm,
it, it'll take some time for this to happen.
mm,
As you see with Apple, there is billions of dollars being put towards their
mm,
new devices. But
mm,
I will say that right now that is the track that they're going. I believe there's a future for both, but eventually devices is going to get lighter. Devices are going to become more advanced, and I think that, but I do think that it will be a future for both.
wow. Okay, wow. Yeah. That's So is it something? So how many years we're talking about here with this with the augmented reality coming up? Is it like on the horizon? Is it a year or two, or
Hmm.
maybe the next pandemic? Oh, let me stop. Is it on this? Yeah,
Hope not. I
I've
hope not.
heard some crazy. Yeah. Is is it on the is it like a year or two from us now? Because I know Facebook Meta is working on
Correct.
augmented reality. I saw that maybe a year ago.
Correct.
So is it on
Um,
the? Mm,
it, it's difficult. It's difficult to say because when we make the like when we make predictions, it's never around time. But I will say the timeline based off of where what they're building right now, I would
mm,
say this would be about 5 to 10 years. That would be my best
okay.
estimate. The reason why I say that because
Mm,
there's a lot of things that need to happen first before we get to that point. Because now the cost alone to produce a quality augmented reality glasses is still very high. If you look at the struggles that Meta had with their glasses, that's the reason why they like prefer to grow. They prefer to grow it by acquiring other companies that are in space because the cost just of building alone is high. That's one thing. The other problem is that 6K resolution. Augmented reality glasses doesn't provide the same type of high def resolution, at least today, as a virtual reality headset. That is a struggle. That is a struggle that they have to get through before we get to that point where it's a mainstay. Because right now, virtual reality is more of the primary because because people say I can do more with it. It's more durable in a sense. It's more quality content I can use. Reality headset compared to augmented reality. But I believe the gap is closing once they get all of those things in line.
Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. So we're looking at 5 or 10 years from now, and
Yes.
this coming to the market heavy and hard.
Yes.
That's what we're looking at. Okay, okay.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So it seemed like a long time ago. So what are developers doing right now to bring this into reality? As far as are they marketing? Are they what are the steps they're taking to get people ready for this? Because a lot of people not ready for just this right here is blowing people's minds away. Let alone now you saying I'm gonna have a hologram Star Wars type of Princess Leia R2D2 character, and also too with the holograms, like the Jetsons, like the old cartoon, the Jetsons with the hologram. Are we going to be able to talk to people on the phone through holograms, things of that nature? So we'll be able to see.
That is, I would say that's the end goal that they're trying to get to. They're trying their best to get to it. There's several companies that are already doing it. One is called Proto Hologram. It's a booth. It's a booth where you step in. It beams a virtual version of yourself to a person in another city or country, and you're able to speak with them as if they're really there.
Wow, and that's in the hologram. That's a 3D. That's a 360.
It's like a 360
image.
And you're moving, you can move, your mannerisms and everything, and it's high definition.
Right.
But to your question about as far as can you repeat the first part of the question?
Well, where is this moving to? I mean, far as like where is it moving to? What was I saying? Yeah, where is it moving to?
You were talking about for developers.
Yeah, for developers
for developers. Well, right now we're at a point right now where we're trying to get people who may not be hip to virtual reality and augmented reality, because the way to attract them is more so we're what we call the gaming stage right now. The gaming stage meaning that right now you can't really push like a Facebook yet or push an Instagram of virtual reality or Instagram of augmented reality, because it's not people on it yet to really say, we can build a social media website on it. And that's okay. But we're at a gaming stage where now we're getting them acclimated with playing games like basketball, football, hockey, tennis, you name it. And even bringing games like that your kids play, or maybe your kids may play on PlayStation 3, like Grand Theft Auto, something like that. I don't know where they have PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. I'm too old. But
right.
I would say that right now they're at we're at a stage right now where we're just trying to bring them in by getting them acclimated with games. Now, I do think we're starting to see the tail end of that phase, because that phase began maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, which a lot of us were saying, we want to build the next Instagram on there, but we can't build it yet because there isn't it's not defined enough yet for us to make that to that point. And that's what me as a developer, that's what I'm hoping for.
Right. I just noticed that me and you have the same outfit on. I just noticed.
Yeah.
Black shirts is what's in with the tech world. So how did you? Do you have a team of? Are you just a solo project developer?
Yes, I'm doing this. So
You doing this
solo right now. I am looking. Yep, Right now I am looking at hiring more developers. Meaning from the standpoint of I am looking for developers that remember. I want to say this to anyone who wants to get into the metaverse space. This is that, and I've wanted to make sure to say this on here is that
Right.
do not need to be the best programmer in the world to be
Right.
on the metaverse.
Right.
Anything today about the metaverse, someone like me or someone like another developer can teach you this as long as you're willing to do it. If you want to be a developer, it's really simple to learn. That's what we need. We are outsiders of it who have an expertise in other areas because as developers, we don't know what to build. We need the expertise of someone who's a nurse or who's been a teacher or who's worked at a nightclub, for example, or you know, or any expertise at all, because your skills and your experiences is what we're trying to put to the metaverse. But we're developers. We don't have that, and I think that that shows that it's room for everybody to be in the metaverse.
Okay, so you looking for people with non-experience, just
Not
and
experience,
then wow.
not experience. Everything you need to learn, I can teach you.
Oh, okay, wow. So you do on-hands training on tech on-hands training about how to code
Yes,
and all that. Is it very difficult? Is it
yes.
somewhat easy? Is it?
It's,
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
very difficult because the way the way they should teach it, I teach it, is that you learn by just doing. You learn by okay, put an app together, and just put it out there. I'll show you how to make something very simple, and once you build something very simple, you can expand upon it because but you have to start with that one simple app and expand upon it. That's what worked for me, and I believe that can work for other people.
Oh wow, yeah, that sounds great, man.
Mm-hmm.
So who's funding your projects, or are you getting funding
It's me.
from
I'm
outside developer?
self-funded.
So you're wow, this so you let me sit up. You are solo,
Yep.
self-funding,
Mm-hmm.
teaching,
Mm-hmm.
working with the company with no backing. This is by yourself, a solo, doing this all by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Are you? I'm sure there's times you stressed out. I mean, it got to be. It has to
Yeah, it
be
is.
a little bit
It is.
stressful for you to cover all these bases, Rex. So is it
Yes,
taking a toll
yes,
on
it
your?
is.
Yeah. Okay.
It is.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that because it can be stressful
Right.
because you're like, man, they just don't get it or they don't get
Right.
it yet.
Right.
But again, I love what I do. It
Yeah.
doesn't it doesn't really bother me too much. Actually, I don't even know how to really take a day off because I'm like, I love to do it. Even when I'm on vacation or something. So me
Right.
loving it, that's what's really keeping me into it. So but
Right.
it has its difficulties, especially with having to manage a lot of things where it's outside of development. I manage like me having to speak with the companies, me having to handle marketing, all these other things. A lot of that is not really what I like to do. I like to be more in the hands-on building stuff, showing it, testing it. That's more my thing. So it's all the other things I got to juggle to do it, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it for anyone. For anyone, I would say that for
Right.
anyone that's,
Right.
anyone is a content creator, anybody that's in the metaverse space right now, even on Horizon Worlds. Please be patient. It's gonna work. It's gonna work because yeah, just know that it's gonna work for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That's hey, man. That's great. So that's fantastic. Are you the? So my next question is, do you have deadlines and you have timeline deadlines to meet, far as for the developers for these glasses that you have to require to meet? I'm quite sure.
I did at one
Right.
point when I first started. When I first
Mm,
started, yes, because
mm,
we would well here's how it worked for me.
okay.
When I first started, just to prove myself, I would always
Mm,
hackathons are like where you get 5 days to build something and
mm,
compete with others to see who has the best at. That's how
mm,
I got started as far as
right.
with getting my name out there and just
Mm,
getting people to know that I'm doing that.
right.
That more my deadlines now is kind of like I'm able to kind of do it freely. But I make personal deadlines, like I need to make an update for this. I need to have it out by Friday, or I need to do that. But you know, it does give me that freedom, but you still kind of feel like you're up against the clock. You need, like, if a bug comes up at 12 a.m., you're like, well, I gotta go fix that. So. But yeah, I would say I keep a deadline, personal deadline myself.
Right. Okay. Wow. Man, you are totally doing it. Is there any kind of competition that's out there that's going up against that have the same type of idea that you know of, or are you the only one that's doing this type of holographic idea? Because I've seen holographics done with the Tupac on stage, so I'm quite sure you're not the only one that's thought about this.
Well,
Is there
it's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little different. Well, it's a little different with the hologram for the Tupac one, and even with the one I believe that Drake did.
Right.
One. Yeah, that's a little different. The reason why that's a little different because that's more of a holographic projector, like a holographic projection. Here's the difference. Augmented reality uses holograms that you can interact with. And so the one that you see on there is more so pre-recorded. It's not something that, the person's actually physically moving and so forth, obviously with the Tupac thing, but that's more like something projected. The mannerisms were kind of manipulated to do it. It's called CGI, computer-generated imagery. That's what that would be. But as far as competition and what I do as far as with app development, there's dozens of companies. There's a Match Group. There's ByteDance. There's C Limited. That's another company that's in it. But I would say as far as the kind of apps I've made so far that I've been selling, I don't know too many that are doing it. Most of them are between a lot of indie developers. I'm more of kind of doing it as a business type of thing. A lot of them are just, they're just building as a hobby. Yeah.
Right. Okay. What other companies have you worked with? What are some of the companies you worked with thus far?
The other companies that I've worked with or that I am working with that I can speak of is Rocket Air. I did work with Rocket Air. Rocket Air is another augmented reality glasses company. Actually, they were a month after I worked with X-Rail. I competed in a dev comp with them, and I actually was promoting their glasses at one point, and I still build apps for them. So that's really the only company I can speak of that I work with.
Okay, and just one more time, what's the name of your company? We didn't plug your company. What's the name of your company?
Yes, Exact Gaming.
Exact Gaming.
Yes,
now, what can
Exact Gaming?
Exact Gaming, correct?
Yes.
Now, what can they? You have a web, and I'm quite sure you have a website. I want to plug it right now. You have a website?
Yes.
Or
you can find it. You can find my library. You can find our library of apps on SideQuest. SideQuest is more of my. I use that more as my website, and as well in the Google Play Store. If you type in Exact Gaming, Exact, you'll be able to find like a library of apps of all the apps that we've made that you can experience in the glasses and as well as in virtual reality.
Great, man. That's great. That's so fantastic. Okay, so let's dive deep. Where is this going in the future? Where do you see this? And you was talking about it yesterday that you want to talk a little bit more in depth today. Let's go. Let's dive deep. What did you have wanted to say on this panel today about?
I wanted to say this about Horizon Worlds for people that are currently content creators in this space. This is going to be. I see Horizon Worlds being your website. You have a world. Your world acts as your website. Besides people browsing a website, they'll experience your website. Meaning from the standpoint of they'll experience your content. That's the future of the web browser. Where now, if they want to, for example, if they want to more so learn about Super, they can. They won't go to a social media platform. They'll go into your world and experience it, and you'll have your content there. It'll be more so viewable and for you to actually interact with it. It won't be you swiping left or scrolling and so forth. That's the future
Right.
Future. That's the future of this. And I mean, they're spending. I mean, they're spending billions of dollars to get
Girls,
rid of
lower
the
your
phone and to
voices,
get rid
please.
of
Be quiet.
like just the old I would say legacy technologies. So I would say if you have a world, even if it's a small one, even if it doesn't even have that many views, keep it, keep it because it's going to be very valuable. Because if they're losing billions of
Right.
if they're losing billions of dollars to get rid of something,
Yeah.
believe me, there's a reason for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I talked to a gentleman yesterday. I don't have to say his name, but he's a very big time creator on this app. And he said about Horizon that they have put so much money in just the Oculus itself. You know, billions. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, why?
Yep.
I don't see. And Rex, me personally, I don't see it. Me personally.
Yeah.
But he said, right now, Super, it's not meant for you to see it right now. He said, trust and believe. They invested 10 years into this. I said, what? Wow, this. He said, it's big time investors, and it's gonna be a boom. It's coming. I'm like, Rex, I'm sitting back like it's hardly anybody on the app. A lot of my friends that I have a year ago has not on here anymore. And I just don't see it. But he said it's coming. He said, trust me, it's coming. And so what you have to, I mean, what am I missing something? Because I've been on here for a year and a half.
Well,
And go ahead.
the reason why a lot of it is hard to see it now because they say they're not putting too much. You're wondering where, like a lot of, and believe me, a lot of shareholders that if you follow it on Bloomberg and so forth, a lot of shareholders are mad that they put money into the metaverse. A lot of them are mad about it because they're saying that this is going to take too long for us to see a return, which I believe they're right and wrong at the same time. I mean, it's true. It's a huge investment to try to convert a natural habit of someone to pick up their phone and scroll. It's a hard habit to change. But I would say that the good thing about it is that a lot of people are running away from it because it gives you the advantage of being a pioneer in it.
Yeah.
I would say that is more of the bit because you stayed in long enough to let something happen. That's the reason why I would say that again, if he's not your friend, he's absolutely right. You're gonna see it because believe me, they're finding ways to use this in a way that's engaging, but more so on the enterprise as well as the consumer side, which this would be considered in the consumer side. So, I understand where he's coming from, but it's he's right. You'll see it. It's going to take some time, though. It's going to definitely take some time.
I am definitely seeing it a little bit because with the children. And I saw a video on YouTube where they have children going on field trips through the Oculus. And I'm like, wow, are they doing that? So there's no more.
As well.
Yeah, it's like, so there's no more going back out. There's no going outside and get on the yellow bus and taking a trip and getting off the bus and going to, or whatever it is. But now they're just in the class. Everybody have Oculuses on and they're going on the field trip, going on roller coasters together. And I'm just like, wow, is that really where it's going? And it's a movie. What's that movie, Riley? With the music, with everybody sitting down. It's a cartoon. I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, it's just everybody just sitting down and on their phones and not traveling anywhere, and gaining weight. I can't think of this name of this movie, but if anybody know, But yeah, I'm sorry, you was about to say.
Yeah, I was going to allude to your point about kids being on it.
Right.
It's good that kids are actually on it because for one, it's been proven that they have a lot more outlets to make a career out of something than we did. We found the internet during the I don't know, I ain't gonna speak about how old everybody is, but I'm 35, but I'm from the era where MySpace was the beginning of
Right.
MySpace. So as time went on, it wasn't a business yet. Social media wasn't a business.
Right.
Media in general, for if you weren't like a CNN or a like a big news company,
Right.
there was no money in it. But
Right.
these kids now are in a situation where they now have an outlet where now this can be an outlet for them to make a career out of. Because believe me, everything that you do currently on the phone, you're going to be doing here. I would
Right.
say for kids, it's good that they're doing it because now you have more outlets to monetize. You have more outlets to really make a career early, like early in your youthful years. That's why I said it's good. It's good that they're introducing this to kids, at this time because it's the perfect time to do it.
Right. Yeah. 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 I see it. I see. I see it. So let me ask you a quick question. What made you get an Oculus? What made you hop on and get one, or was one given to you since you were in the
Yeah,
tech world? How did you come
I
across
actually
Horizon?
bought an Oculus. I bought an Oculus because I kept hearing about this virtual reality thing, and I said I gotta see it for myself because
Yeah.
I wanted this. I wanted to move to what was next, and I said that let me just go buy one. So I bought one. It sat on my desk for maybe like a month, and then I just said, cause I didn't understand how to use it. I didn't understand it, so I just said,
Right.
all right, let me just go ahead and like really, really dive into it. And I just got on Rec Room.
Yeah. Or
I
you
even
start
got
off
on
in
a.
Rec
I
Room
think I got on a
first.
bas. Yeah, I started off in Rec
Right.
Room.
Rec
Yeah, I
Room.
started on
Okay. All the kids
Rec
over
Room
there.
first,
Yeah.
and I started on a basket. It was a basketball game. I can't remember the name. It was a
Uh-huh.
basket play, and I said, "Wow, like
Mm-hmm.
people are really paying money to do this." And I
Yeah.
said, "Okay, let me just learn to develop for it." And then I got hooked.
Yeah. Yeah. Worlds are they're kind of easy to build. 'Cause I heard you talk about that earlier, and it's just putting your own twist on it. Like
Mm-hmm.
with me, the concept is fire. With my name, super hot. But like I
Yeah,
said, I
yeah,
had a young lady. I had two women help me, show me how to build. It's just like anything. It's difficult in the beginning, but if you try again, like you said, it becomes easier when you keep doing it
yeah.
over and over, like repetitious, just over and over again. You're going to get better at it.
Yes, sir.
I'm not quite sure you know about that right there. So so where where not only like where is this going, as far as with your company, but what do you see that's going to be different in the future, as far as with augmented reality? Do you
Yeah,
see
keep it.
surgery? Do you see surgery getting done with the Oculus? Because I know they're training doctors through
Mm-hmm.
uh, the Oculus or through VR, and it's just like wow, it's
Mm-hmm.
mind blowing. Do you see things of like that nature going into plays into like real life experiences? Do you see
Yes.
anything like that?
I always say when someone asks a question about a use case, and I always allude to this, is that it really depends on the developer. But I will say that companies are when you have asking for solutions of like how can we use augmented reality for this business or that business. Yeah, but I would say yes, healthcare for sure because
Mm,
healthcare is a very tricky use case. It's a very tricky one because it's something that it takes it's kind of hard to train for it, I would say, because it's like, well, how do you get your staff acclimated to doing this when they've been doing this for 20 years and it saved
right.
lives, or it's 20 years and it proved the work most effectively. So, but I would say healthcare is definitely a big space that's doing it, and another big space that
Mm,
going where they're going with that is particularly in hard
construction.
labor jobs. They're
Really?
actually finding a way where now in your glasses
Mm,
when, say for example, you're
mm,
working on a power line and you work for an electric company,
right.
you don't have any experience knowing which wire to touch or which one to do. In your
Mm,
glasses, it can be someone could beam the information of touch this wire, touch that one, to fix it,
wow.
or don't touch this wire because it can electrocute you or something like that. Like they have apps that are doing that. There's actually
Wow, I didn't
a
know
company
this.
called
Vuzix.
Vuzix Glasses that is actually building solutions for that.
Wow, that's amazing. And, and
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know also it was so many VR glasses on the market. That's another
Yeah,
thing
so
I didn't know.
it's ranging around 10
10,
that I
okay,
know
10,
of. Around
10, okay. I heard it was more than
it's at
that
least
though,
10,
Rex.
yeah.
I heard it was more than that. I heard it's one made in Africa, and it's like no,
Yeah,
it's
I can see that.
it's a developer in Africa, whatever, and it's like going for maybe $35. Maybe don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's going for dirt like almost dirt cheap. You know, not dirt cheap, but it's the word I'm using is inexpensive. It's an inexpensive
Mm-hmm.
glasses that you can wear, and man, I'm
Right.
just wow. You know, versus the 500, and then with the Apple is just with 3,000. That's going to be
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, that
what's your take on the price point with the Apple glasses? I know you're a developer, but as far as the Apple,
well,
how you feel about that?
well, I kind of have I kind of mixed feelings on it because they did what Meta did, but they're doing it the opposite way. They did they're doing it enterprise because when you usually, and I'm gonna give advice to everyone there is this: usually when you see a headset that starts at a very high price, they're focusing more so on the top of the market, not the consumer market. They're starting at the top of the enterprise market because with the $3,000, probably only going to be companies that are going to be using it. Meaning, you got to be a big company, or you got to be like just someone who just has the money, the excess money to spend it on. I think that's where they're starting because the difficulty with VR and AR that they saw was that a lot a lot of the issues that Meta ran through was they didn't have they didn't have that many apps. Because remember, before it was Meta Quest, it was Oculus Quest, Oculus Rift, which at that time it was only about a handful of apps. Which even if you have 50 apps in the store, that's not a lot of apps.
Right,
Honestly, like 50 apps is not a lot of apps, a lot to choose from. So
right,
I think right now they're trying to get that right first, meaning let's introduce the apps for the NBA, introduce apps for MLB, which from the announcement I can kind of see that's where they're going. But my take on it is that if you're a developer, get it. If you're a person who just really wants to really get it, I say still get it. But I would say my guess, it's just my guess, is that it's going to be very limited as to what you're going to be able to do starting out.
right.
But I think over time, when as far as with the App Store, I think that they'll figure that part out.
Yeah, I've watched the Apple commercial, and it was like
Mm-hmm.
almost like 30 minutes or something like that, maybe an hour.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
was about
with
an
the
hour.
yeah, it's about an hour. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's about an hour, and I was like, oh. Now they do have some great ideas.
Mm-hmm.
What I see, Rex, it's nothing but a VR phone. That's what I see. That's the whole take. No, they have some great ideas, some great apps, but I just see the Apple VR coming out, glasses coming out as an extension to the tablet, to the TV. It's all in the
Mm-hmm.
phone. It's all an ecosystem, you know. And I just see VR just tagging along and being part of that ecosystem that's going, you know.
And
That's why I got of
remember,
it.
remember, this isn't virtual reality.
Yeah.
The Apple Vision Pro isn't virtual reality. This is augmented reality. So
Right.
they're doing what X Real, the company I work with, is doing,
Mm.
and pretty much, pretty much where it's going to be like a big screen that's going to be in front of you, and
Mm.
you'll be able to move, and use it, so forth.
Mm.
I want people to remember that is that like not virtual reality. It's going to be augmented reality that Apple Vision Pro
Augment.
uses.
Oh, it could be augmented. Okay, so they're not going with the virtual. They're going with augment.
Yeah, it's not like the experience is not going to look like this. It's not going to look
Right.
like this.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Do Mark got something to worry about? Should he be sweating? So he be
Mm,
should he be sweating bullets
good
like
question.
or
I didn't expect that.
no?
I didn't expect that question.
No, I'm sorry. No, okay. Let me rephrase. Okay, let me not. Like, oh wait. Hey, no, we're not. No, I don't want to answer that. Wait. No, should he be worried
Yeah, I don't want
about Apple? I mean, that's kind of, should he be or should he be kind of concerned? I'm sorry, the words I should use. Should he be concerned?
Yeah.
Like, hey,
In your opinion.
yeah. Should he be like,
no,
okay. No, okay. And
no,
why?
no, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. He's I mean, honestly, he's kind of the most dominant right now in this market. I don't think he really has that much to worry about.
Yes, somebody. But here's Apple, who's a dominant in the phone.
But phone is completely different from virtual reality.
Absolutely,
it's completely different.
So he shouldn't.
I'll tell you. I don't think he should be worried, because here's the reason why. Because Mark, now that I think about it, Mark actually has the advantage of already being in the VR space and the AR space, and the reason why that is because he knows how to build, like to vet his app stores out. He knows he already knows what goes into the hardware. He already knows how to. Actually with the Oculus Quest, Meta Quest 3,
right.
It's a lighter headset, which honestly, if I'm the person who doesn't know what virtual reality is,
right,
he's like, that's beating Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah, but Apple Vision Pro is more. It's more like you said, like business or family. It's oriented.
Yeah, it's more so business use cases.
Yeah, and it's not like a gaming console or gaming system, which this is.
Correct.
It's like a game. Even on the box it says gaming. What I would say intertwined with real life. You know what I'm saying? As far as you meet people behind the avatars.
I like that you pointed that out.
I say yes. It's a game, and I tell people all the time, yes, it's a game, but it's intertwined with real life, because we're talking. We're real people. TSL. We're
as if we're all in the same room together.
Exactly. And you have real conversations. I have a beach pier outside that people confess and they talk about their problems, and it's a beautiful thing. We laugh and joke out there, so that experience is real, even though it's on a gaming application. I don't think he should be concerned about that either. Because it's not a gaming system, but and plus the price points is just crazy. I'm like, yo, 3,000, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for some people. 500 for this console is steep, but
that was a huge tax to begin with. That's why when I saw the 3,000, I was like, ow.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So, the future. What else can we expect from the gaming system or application, or from your company? What are we expecting? Yeah. What you have lined up in the future?
Yeah. So right now I'm working more so on getting my apps available for the MetaQuest. I have several apps that are available on SideQuest right now that you could download, but I want to get into the MetaQuest store. Which the approval process
not to interrupt you. You can name those games if you want to.
I have two apps.
Man.
One is called one is called Hott Table Casino and Resort, where you're able to actually have a casino experience. You're able to roll the dice, play a game of cards, poker, high card, low card. That's one app that I'm waiting to get approved for. Nights, my main app that I first made. The virtual nightclub experience. You're able to pay money. You're able to meet people, pay money for a drink. Of course, not a real drink, but you can. And also it's a platform to cross market other products that you have. So if you're a person who wants to have a room where you want to perform your music, we can post your content on there. You can put your content up there. I'm actually working on where you can actually perform at nights. Wow. Where now, if you're an up and coming artist, you could just bring your beats, bring your music, go on the stage and just perform.
And this app is called Nights. Night.
Yes.
And this is this the one I saw on your Instagram account?
Yes.
With the club and with the
Yep.
DJ and scratching and all that. Okay. Wow.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's big. Hey, I might.
It's 3 nights, and it's 3 nights on there. So there's the nights and day party. It gives you a day party vibe where you can teleport there, meet people. You know, it has the day party type of look. And then we have the Miami Nights. Miami Nights is where you're partying up and down the strip of South Beach and virtually. That is and we have the everything there. So yeah, we're trying to build the whole goal with Exec Gaming is that we're all about trying to build the best experiences you can have, for both virtual and augmented reality.
So let me just correct you on one thing, and I'm not trying to tell you you're doing a good thing.
Sure.
Get out the word of saying try. We're building. You know,
Yes.
take out the you ain't no trying no more.
Like that.
Because I was telling my daughters just today, hey, Nike don't say just try. They say what? Just do. You know, they you know. So I tell, I'm not telling, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I know what you're saying.
You got to speak it into existence.
Yeah, man. But he's you got to, absolutely.
Yeah.
Stop. There ain't no more trying. Trying is out the door. We doing it.
Yes,
You doing it
yes.
too, man.
Yes, sir.
That's good. Yeah, that nightclub,
Like
that looks, it looks interesting. Yeah. And I saw the football. You play football and basketball. That's all in the same app.
Yeah, that's Open Run. That's a basketball game that it's one-on-one basketball and in virtual and augmented reality. So our virtual reality version is where you're in a stadium. There's a player that comes up. You gotta score on him. First game to 21, you're considered king of the court. So when you win king of the court, you have you have to defend your title as king of the court. So when the next person comes up, which it could be your friend or someone, they can battle for your spot. They can challenge you for king of the court. So that's kind of like how that game works. The other one called End Zone, where it's the first. I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this yet.
Right.
So I'm gonna say
original idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm the first. I'm gonna say it's the original idea.
Yeah.
Is that it's the first football game in augmented reality. So when I'm in my living room with my glasses on, it'll be as if a defender is coming towards me, and I have to get around him to score a touchdown. In augmented reality.
So cool.
So you're playing. So you playing football in the house? That's what you.
I'm playing football in the house. Or it could be where I'm playing football, or it could be where I'm playing football no matter where I am. So I live in New York City. So if I'm walking down the street and I have the glasses on, it'll be like a defender running towards me down the street. I have to maneuver, get around him, and get the touchdown. And I have to stop him too.
Wow, it's going to be a whole lot of accidents going on with these glasses, man. People going to be.
I was hoping you bring up a question about that, because I do want to bring up the use case. I do want to bring up historically the first use case for augmented reality that was very successful, but it had its troubles. Pokemon Go. I know a lot of y'all remember about Pokemon Go.
Right.
So Pokemon Go in New York City alone was like, it was insane.
That You're right. I saw it.
It was insane.
I saw that.
And but the problem, the reason why they silently shut it down, because a lot of them were blocking traffic. They had a Pokemon Go party in Central Park, which which the person who caught all the Pokemon, of course, the champion and blah blah blah.
Probably won some money or prize or something.
Yep. But I would say that was the first use case outside of all the other stuff of what augmented reality will look like. But the difference with that is that that's on your phone. This one, what we're doing is not going to be on your phone. This is going to be in regular like sunshades, as if you're, like wearing sunshades down the street.
Oh, wow. Something like the Google glasses. Something like the Google glasses. Something light you can put on.
Correct.
Wow. Whoo! That's gonna be That's gonna be here. Look, I gotta say the word. That's gonna be dope. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
so light shade. Now you would absolutely need Wi-Fi for this connection. Is that or how would you
Yes.
or off your hot? You would need Wi-Fi to get this
Yes.
connected.
Because right now with the platform I'm on with X Real is that the phone needs to be connected to your the glasses need to be connected to your phone. It
Phone.
needs to have
Okay.
some connection to your phone.
Right.
Which again, I tell everybody,
Mm.
yes, you need it. Yes, it's gonna look crazy because you have a cord hanging that's attached to your phone. But
Oh,
I would
okay.
say that they're working super. Believe me, they're working super hard to try to do this. There's a bunch of companies right now that are fighting over this to do this because they know once they get it right, this they can pretty much kind of get everybody on this because
Right.
why is everyone in Horizon Worlds?
Right.
In Horizon Worlds because simple durability, comfort.
Yeah.
It's easy to use
Yeah.
because they
It is.
you know so that's what they're trying to work towards is to make it more durable to be able to do that.
Wow. This sounds. Hey, look, I'm ready to buy my pair. How much a pair would go for? It's not. Are they on the market right now? The
Yes, they are.
glasses. And how much? And
Yes,
and and they're
there's
called what
two.
again?
So,
The
yeah, they're called X Real light glasses. X Real light
X.
glasses, which you can go. Yeah, X Real. You can go into to the Verizon store.
Mm-hmm.
Verizon actually carries them. You can buy them there. You can actually go to the X Real website,
Mm-hmm.
xreal.com, and pick up a pair. And now they have the X Real Air glasses. The X Real Air glasses aren't they aren't it's not the same experience as X Real Light because the difference is that it's not immersive as the X Real Light, meaning like street with it that easily, meaning like you can't touch virtual items and stuff because it doesn't
Right.
use hand tracking. So
Okay. Okay.
the going price for the X Real Lights are $600. The going price for the X Real Airs is about
Okay. Say it again. I glitched a little bit. You said say it again. $600 and how much for the other ones?
yeah $600 for the X Real Light glasses, and it's about $300 for the
Okay.
X Real Air glasses.
Now, will this run off like gigs, or will you able to download games as like on like how the Oculus is? We able to download games? It will work like a regular, like the regular Oculus, like downloading games.
Yes,
Are you able to do all that and download
yes,
apps as well?
yes, yes, absolutely. So the apps are available in the Google Play Store, and then
Wow.
once you get the glasses, when you actually first download the app to actually install it, they
Right.
actually have what they call App Lab. App Lab is has a whole list of apps that are available for them. Few of my apps are on there. Nice is on there. Um, and it was another one. I met the founder of this app, Styly. There's an app called Styly that's
I
for like
heard
payments.
about Yeah, I think I heard about that. Yeah, I
Yes,
heard about Style.
Styly, the guy Javier. By the way, shout out to Javier. He was on a podcast I was on, and that guy, I'm super inspired by that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
But Styly's an app. What's another one? Dang, I can't remember. But if you go in there, it's dozens of them.
Okay.
There's an app for track runners where if you're
Wow.
cycling, like it'll be as if you're virtually cycling down a particular place in the world. So if like it'll show like a virtual track of like me cycling down what's Sydney, like Sydney, Australia, like as if I'm
Right.
cycling down the street there.
Right.
That's a cool app. I don't cycle, but I like seeing like the environment and stuff in the glasses.
Right. 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 Okay. Yeah, man. Hey, man. This sounds good. This sounds like some good stuff here. Man, I can't. I need, and it's on the market right now. The XL glasses, they're
Yes,
on the market right now. Go on the website, and you have some apps developed for those glasses as well. Correct.
yes.
Wow. back onto the nights. You said something about Miami. I heard Miami because I love I love Florida, and I don't care what they say. I love Florida. So is the Miami? Is it looking just like the Miami Ocean Drive Strip, or you have an Ocean Drive Strip on there with all the hotels and all the
it's as
dining?
close.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's as close as I could get it to Miami, like South Beach. It has like cafes, it has yachts, it has water.
Wow.
You know, you can step on the dock. Sorry, the dock, step on the yacht. Yeah, it looks you know, as close as I could get it to it.
Right.
That's kind of what I had to do. Like, and I do this when I develop is that I kind of have to get a picture. I have to see a picture of what it's like for me to kind of build it, you know, because
Right.
I try to build.
Get
I
the
try to build it.
idea.
I have a nice New York. I have a nice New York too. That's
Right.
actually going to be on the next
Oh, wow.
version.
Okay. How long does it take you to develop these apps? Or what's the time frame? What's the time amount? What kind of time you putting into it's from the beginning to end, from the middle to the end to to where it's finished? Like what's the approximately time? What's the approximate time for
Well,
a project like that?
usually for augmented reality, it usually takes me about a day for augmented reality. It takes me about a day.
A day to do app. Wait, hold on, wait. A day?
Yeah, for augmented reality, about a day. Virtual reality, that could take me about 4 days, 4 or 5 days at least. The reason why I say the difference, but because there's a big difference between developing for both, and I'm gonna tell you why. So with virtual reality, a lot of the code that I write, a lot of it rhymes. A lot of it can be used for other use cases. So a lot of the I wrote a lot of the code already, but what really takes a lot of the time is the design, meaning like the design of like the assets, what the assets are going to do. That's the reason why when you have like that's the reason why. Oh yeah, that's another thing. The Unity Asset Store. If you're someone starting out in development, Unity 3D provides the asset store where you can actually go in there. You can have some ready-made assets you can actually get started with. I started with like just a few, which a few of them were like just like like pretty old ones, and I just kind of like built on top of them. And some of them I designed myself, but most of it, I mean, most of it's already built. Say that because these guys know how to build, these assets, but they don't know what to do with it.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. That's amazing. TSL, do you have a question? I don't want
I feel
Hog
like
all-
you've done
hog
such
all-
a wonderful job interviewing and asking the questions that I actually had.
to. Yeah.
You did a fantastic job, Super.
Yeah. Well, we have. Yeah. So how did y'all two meet? I'm just kind of curious on how y'all just bumped into each other. Because he kept telling me about you. I'm like, okay.
Instagram.
Oh, okay. You met him on Instagram. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What's my next question? To the conclusion. What are you? What's more? What's in the future for you? What, as far as this tech world? Where you see yourself going? And I don't want to be corny in 5 years, but where do you see your company going and headed to? And as far as in developing games, or do you want to just go further? You want to go further in it, and where you see yourself going in this field, this tech field?
Yes, I see gaming. I see Exact Gaming being one, if not the best, in building virtual reality and augmented reality apps. That's the goal. I want to be. I want. To, I'm no, not want. I'm going to have Exact Gaming to be at a point where it can be where it can be considered one of the best. That's the track I'm going on. I understand, because now the resources that I've managed to actually build so far, I feel like we're on the track to actually do that, and I have other people that are actually that are gaining a lot of interest in the possibly joining. So that's the end goal. The end goal is to be, the most respected and the best as far as in this space.
Wow, that's fantastic. You have any people that I heard earlier? You have any people that inspire you in this tech field? And you probably because
Oh,
everybody have
absolutely.
somebody that looks up to. Who
Absolutely.
are your inspirations
So many,
in
man,
this tech field?
so many. But I'll start with Javier from Stiley. When I saw Stiley, and I was blown away. I mean, and the fact that he's his story is not too much different from mine, you know. And I just saw him, and I just was like, wow, this guy, he built so much with so little.
Right.
You know, he just did so well. Jay Dunn and Joy. I don't know if you know Jay Dunn and Joy. Jay Dunn. They have Get Him to the Metaverse on YouTube. I'm such a big fan of those guys.
Okay.
They actually found me on Twitter.
Okay.
And I just saw what they were doing, and it was just, I said, man, for them to be a married couple and for them to really push this message of getting people to the metaverse, and they were the first. They were the first that I saw that were making anything around YouTube around it. I know, pretty sure there was others, but Jay
Right.
Dunn and Joy, I'm so inspired by those guys. Yeah, but it's so many other people, but I would say those are the three primarily. They're amazing. They're amazing people.
So those are three that got you kind of motivated or keeps you motivated.
And to keep me going,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of times I thought, man, what if this just doesn't work? And I just, those guys, and I'm like, well, they seem to not be quitting. Why should I? So
Right.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. Keep going.
Exactly.
Don't quit. Woo! When the haters when they on your tail, or even when you want to give up, because it's dealing with you within yourself too. When you want to give up, Rex, keep going.
Right.
Don't stop.
Yes,
Just
sir.
even when you feel like, man, this is not working, or I need help, or whatever, or I'm having family problems. Don't give up on your dreams. And don't
Never.
give up on your. Cause you give up on your dreams, you give up on yourself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then you're gonna look right, and then you don't want to regret it and look back and say,
Yeah, look back.
Man.
That's the one thing. I'm like, man, I can't live with that. You know? What I mean?
yeah, you can't live with that. See, that's
That's
regret.
passion.
Yeah, you're gonna regret. Like, man, I regret not going
Staying.
forward,
Yeah.
not staying, and not. We're all gonna have those hurdles. You know what I'm saying? To get those bumps, those big bumps, you gotta hurdle over. Just like when running, you gotta run over those hurdles.
Right.
When they were doing track, right?
Yeah.
And that's what life is. Just getting over those hurdles and keep going forward. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
sir.
anything you wanted to say in conclusion about this whole ordeal? In
Yeah.
closing,
I would say I'll leave people with this is that whether you're a developer, whether you're a content creator, whether you're someone who just is on Rising Worlds and introducing people to it, you all have contributed. Like, one person's contribution isn't better than the other. I want people to know that, because a lot of times
yeah,
when we enter this space, a lot of us say, well, it was me. I was the first. No, we all contributed in some way.
yeah, yeah,
Everyone contributed to this endeavor of making the metaverse a place where everyone can have some form of career, or also some form of just like a hobby. Whether it's a hobby, whether you're trying to make a business out of it, doesn't matter. You have contributed right now.
right, yeah, man. Look at that, man. What a great interview, man. This been awesome. Rex Gatling, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I appreciate you coming in. This has been a great interview. TSL, thank you for bringing me this wonderful guy, this very intelligent guy who has a business. Where can people reach you? What's contacts, websites? You can plug all that.
Yes.
LinkedIn, yeah. Yep, your Instagram,
Yes.
everything.
You can find me. Yeah, I'm on Instagram mostly. So you can find me at Rex REX_GAT 12. That's where you'll be find me. Yeah, That's where you can find me. Oh, and at exec_game.
Okay, say it one more game. I glitched just a small. I got a little small.
Oh,
internet.
sorry. Yeah,
No, you're okay.
I'll
You're
start
okay.
over. I'll
Just,
start
yep,
over.
yeah, do
I'll
it
start
again, just one more time. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Rex REX _ 102. That's my personal Instagram. If you have any questions about the metaverse, anything about app development, I'm available 24/7. You can find me on actually contact me on Nights NIGHTZ _ VR. You can check out Nights there. And yeah, you could contact me on also on Exec Gaming, Exec XZEC _ gaming. Yeah, I'm mostly on Instagram, so that's the best form of communication for me. Like I said, any questions you have, anything you want to know about the metaverse, or if you want to become a developer, reach out to me. I'm available 24/7.
Absolutely. And there it is right there, man. I appreciate that, Rex. Come for coming in. We're gonna end this podcast right here. Appreciate it. Let me turn it sideways. Right there. Hello, what's going on? What's going on, good people? What's going on, good people? This is Super Hot One here with TSL, and we had just got finished interviewing Rex Gatling, app developer, new and up and coming. Check him out. I plugged everything. This will be uploaded onto my YouTube channel. Check him out, man. Keep going. Don't give up, and don't stop believing in yourself, because Blazin' Hot Fire is that podcast. You best believe it. We're going to leave y'all. Absolutely. Follow the YouTube channel at Super Hot One on YouTube. Subscribe to that channel and get all this good content. We are here for you, and that's it. We're going to leave y'all with this: love, respect, and we're going to keep it hot. Until next time, y'all. We'll see you. Take care. All right, hold me 1 second
Love
here.
it.